What's good? What's good, everyone? How's it going? Much love. I'm kind of in the dark. I suppose I could get out of the dark, huh? Come here, baby girl. What's up, everyone? How y'all doing? Let me get some light on me, eh? All right. There, maybe that's a tiny bit better, maybe. But it would probably be better if I put on my beanie here, so that way. Alright. Alright. I'm just gonna put it on like that and roll with it. That way. I guess it really didn't help you with the lighting, so. Yeah, I gotta work on some better lighting for in here, but for right now, this is what I got, guys, so. Much love, much love. And yeah, I'm just praying for a good, smooth, global connection with y'all. So, yeah, I'm just praying to reach my other selves out there. And, anyone in search of just some chill vibes and, maybe a little bit of entertainment, maybe seeking a little bit of some knowledge, maybe advice about situations, um, guidance of any sort. I've been through a lot and I love to help people. So, I've came a long ways on my journey and I'm very, very thankful to be where I'm at. So, my journey of growth started about 7 years ago now, about when I was 25. And so, yeah, I'm very thankful for everything that's happened in my life, even though, sometimes it was rough, but, it's really caused me to be in a position to, help a lot of different people. And the knowledge that I ran into 7 years ago and I've been on since, it's very, very amazing, and I love to share it as well. And, maybe somebody's just looking for even maybe just guidance, trying to help, find God, find our infinite creator, because that was me at one point in time. And so I'm very thankful that I found it. Very thankful. And now I'm at the ocean. So I'm extremely excited right now. I'm right now I'm at a different spot than I parked the other night because I wanted to get some better internet, because out where I was out there, not really in any sort of population. It was just very beautiful spot though. I super love it, and I'm extremely excited to be having this connection with y'all, because last time when I was out at the ocean, I was busy, I was working. I had found a job out here, and so I started working. And then, it of course didn't really work out because I've learned in this state you cannot try to help a place. Like if you see something that's could use some fixing, could use some doing different rather than just beating your head against a wall type of stuff. Hey, what's good? What's good? Yes, sir. Look at God. Exactly. How's your day been? What's up, everyone? What's up, King FN 32 and Wild Boutique? What's good, y'all? I'm just having a good night, and thankful for my connection with, like you said, God. It's very, very amazing. I remember years and years ago when I was having a hard time finding it. So just got off of work. Nice, nice. That's what's up. I just got parked for the night, and So yeah, man, I'm just in here. Where y'all checking in from, yo? I'm on the West Coast, United States, you know. So where y'all checking in from? Cause man, I'm so glad to be back at the ocean. Oh man, and right now I don't have a job. I am looking for one, but right now I don't. Um, but that's okay because that lets me focus on my YouTube channel, which really at this point in time I'm not looking for a full-time job. I'm only looking for a part-time, which I was looking for a full-time, but the last it just never really works, you know? So, and I really want to focus on my YouTube channel like for real. So, yeah, and I cannot wait to get a computer and some better equipment for in here, some better lighting and whatnot, you know. And if I got a computer and a tablet, it would really help bring some different content. So I'm praying for that. And no, I have never worked the register at Macy's. Sorry, you got the wrong person, homie. I have. That's one job I've never done. I have, however, worked register, but not at Macy's. Never worked there. But Mild West. Yeah, no, I'm from Billings, Montana, where it's actually the Wild West for real. I grew up on the west side of Billings, and let me tell you, shit, it was crazy. And anyways, I'm very thankful to have moved on because that lifestyle really only leads a couple different places. And so you know, I wanted to be smarter than the rest of my circle. And, you know, I was like, man, I got to get out of here because the shit ain't no joke. And, you know, man, not one thing I learned from doing 5 years of felony probation out in Billings, Montana, is that ain't nothing worth your freedom, homie. Ain't nothing worth your freedom. On God. On God, ain't nothing worth your freedom, man. So, you know, sometimes it's worth leaving the hood. You know? So for me, I've been just a traveler ever since and just chasing my purpose on this planet, you know? Uh I stopped sorry, I just finished Starbucks, you know, and it was yummy. It was good. And yeah, I used to stay in Arizona, Phoenix. Hey, watch your mouth. I didn't even say anything. So, okay. When you were a kid, did you ever, um, yeah. I was born in 93. You feel me? So I'm one of the last of the normal kids, you know? I was out there skateboarding before I could even stand up on one. You feel me? Sitting down on it, pushing myself as a little tiny child. Like, yeah, I grew up skateboarding and BMX biking, and uh, I got into cars really young though. I started working really young. I started working at 13, so I bought my first car at 14 years old, and my stepdad was already teaching me how to work on them. So yeah, I grew up into street racing and drifting. So you know that kind of that took my focus for quite some time. I was really into sports and skateboarding and everything, and then once I got into cars, I kind of switched path there and just man, I was just enjoying man Billings, Montana, where I grew up. No cap, hundreds of street racers all over the city. Man, we ran the city at night, all night too. We'd be out there all night burning the city, man, just racing each other, drifting, having a good old time. And you know, uh police knew which one of y'all was fast and not, and they knew which ones of y'all not to mess with because they're not even gonna catch you. So they know that they see you, you know, they see you around drifting corners, high speeds and stuff, you know. So yeah, I was one of those, you know. So that's just where I come from. You feel me? And I live in Oregon. There's no need for your green card in Oregon or Washington or Colorado. I don't even think I'm pretty. Last time I was in Montana, it was legal too. Last time, I think I even seen one dispensary. I think it was in Wyoming. I think wasn't it Wyoming? I think so. It was like right. I think it was right by like Idaho. Yeah, I took a road trip out to the East Coast. I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere. I've been all over Washington. I've been all over Oregon. I've been in Cali. I've been in Nevada. I've been in, like I said, all over Montana. I grew up there. Of course, Idaho and Wyoming, Minnesota, Oklahoma, Kansas, and a whole trip to the East Coast. So they're all, and it was a road trip. So yeah, I've been everywhere. Like not everywhere, everywhere, but you know what I mean. Like I've been a lot of places. So yeah, yeah. And what else? Well, he's back in town looking for you. I don't know who you're talking about. No, man, I'm 32. I don't know who said I'm like 20. I said I was born in 93. So get your facts straight, brother. Are you from Dublin? No. No, I'm not from Dublin. No, he's trying to be disrespectful. He didn't say medical cannabis card. He said green card. No disrespect for me, though. Yeah. Uh, rough for 93. Yeah, yo, I'm one of the last of the, man, the, like that type of generation, man. Everything got all crazy after that. But yeah, I was born in 93, so reincarnated in 93, I should say, because yeah, I definitely know I was in California before then. So I got confirmation of that when I went back there. It was actually quite interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, past regression healing is a real thing. And you can start to recover what happened in your past life. And yeah, the deeper you get into it, you could go into more past lives than just one. But yeah. No, well, I'm a Cote, so technically I do have some Canadian in me. Um, yeah, so there is that. But you know, they're all just invisible boundaries, anyways. We're all family in one way or another because we all come from the one infinite creator. The one infinite creator put us all here. So yeah, that's very real. You know, that's one of the truths that keep us divided. If we looked at each other that way, we wouldn't be so divided. You know, my focus is peace and love and unity and, you know, being of service to others. So that's really what my main mission. Yeah. Have you ever heard of Midnight Production? Yeah, I have heard of that for sure. Any, so we're gonna go ahead and yeah, I don't. I haven't been to Boston. I went to Pittsburgh. Yeah, I've been to Pittsburgh though, and I've been to New York and Delaware, and um, yeah, that was a whole trip. But yeah, okay, I was just seeing what everyone was saying. So yeah, yo, you know, we got some good stuff over here in Oregon. Though, you know, it's a great place to be, really. Although it sucks the way that it's ran. You know, the ones in charge basically of this place. It's pretty chaotic. It can be really hard to get a job if you're not from here, and it's really easy to lose your job here. Like really easy. Like yeah, it's crazy. They want a bunch of puppets here, and so you know, if you see something that's not right and you want to do something differently about it, You can lose your job. So, yes, amazing trees in Oregon. I got some right here that I want to try. I just got tonight, so I'm excited to give that a try. And I haven't even yet. But yeah, I got some pineapple tang, Mendo breath, and strawberry OG. Because, I love OG. OG is some good. I wish that it was easy to find OG Kush, but it went away kind of. So I'm sad about that. Because if you're an OG smoker, then you know what I'm talking about. Pineapple sounds great. Yeah, it sure is. I want to try it because I love different pineapple strains. So yeah, let me give it a try. We're at the West Coast, like the West Coast for real. I'm at the ocean, so yeah, Coos Bay area. I'll put it that way. But I'm actually at the ocean, and yeah, I have some good. That was some good, and of course, train wreck, and man, I started working at a young age. And out in Montana, we puffed while we worked. You feel me? So that's just how it is. So I started smoking after I'd been working a couple of years. About like 15 years old. So yeah, it is what it is. But because I grew up a street racer and stuff, and some of us gotta be really on point. And people don't realize that doesn't always delay not everybody's reactions. Some people it really puts on point. I've drifted a car at 150 miles an hour before while running from the woo, 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 woo. And I got away. That's what happens when you slingshot around two semis that are trying to block the road off. And you hit the dirt going 150 and just, yeah. Ooh-wee. Let it go just a tiny little bit sideways and smash back up on that gas and just slingshot right out in front of them. Goodbye. Yeah, don't try me. I for real ran the west side of Billings. Like, that was my place. Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel it. Yeah, man, it doesn't always affect everyone the same, you feel me? It's just like everything, that's why I quit doing all hard drugs a long time ago. I'm 7 years clean now. Thank God. No hard drugs for me. Just my marijuana. And I always thought I got a punk shirt when driving plays. Do you understand the consequences of the actions you ignore? Or I hear a bad engine noise? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what y'all is talking about. I love it when, okay, you're interesting, and you're demonic too with all them sixes, so I'm gonna go ahead and just remove that. Because this is not the place to bring any negativity. You feel me? This is a positive global connection about love, unity, and peace. So, yeah, you can take the negativity somewhere else, yeah? And yeah, driving stone. Yeah, man, for me, I mean, some people, like I said, I mean, are just built different, like, yeah, we be really on point when we're drifting. Like, yeah, I'm not talking about just driving. I'm talking about drifting, like drifting cars. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really good at drifting. So, and off roading and stuff. And yeah, I'm from the real Wild West. The real Wild West is Montana, yo. Like, on God, we got everything there, man. Everything that anywhere else got, we got, and we got a lot of. So, yeah, Montana was a hot place to grow up. especially Billings. Okay, because Billings is the biggest city there. So I'm from the biggest city in Montana, and it's like 8 hours away from Denver, Colorado. So yeah, riding my e-bike blazed. That's funny. I'm back from the hospital. That's why I came back from. Oh dang! Wait, why'd you go to the hospital? I'm 2 years sober. Only been Cali sober. One of the main reasons I left Arizona. No, yeah, no, I feel it. I feel it. Yeah, yo. I'd been sober for like basically just over 2 years when I left Montana. And then the first thing I did was come to Washington, back to some places that I'd been before that were ran with drugs. And I went and posted up with my OG looking car. And sure enough, everybody came up to me thinking I was the dope dealer. And I would set them to talk. I'd been sober for almost 3 years at that point, and I just felt it was my calling of what to do. And I've been following the spiritual path now for some time, and I owe it all to God. It just, this connection lets me know what I need to be doing. So I just follow it. That's why I don't have a job and stuff. So, I just RV around right now and enjoy life and help people along the way. Like just the other day, I gave somebody my last $20, and I'm out here myself. You feel me? That's just who I am. Service to others is my main mission. Like, so yeah, I'm just glad to be here for y'all. And do you think of sea lions? Got to be chat. Um, Not really. And how you doing today? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. What's up with you, y'all? And alright, I'm gonna come back down here and smoke Marlboro Reds. What? Y'all ride horses and shoot revolvers. Yeah, and a lot more than just revolvers too, though. Yo, Montana's got a lot of two-way items. Okay, we have it buried all up under the ground. People don't even know. Like the average family in Montana probably has at least 10 different weapons that go bang, and many more other ones. So, a lot of people into archery too, and yeah, Montana's a lot of hunters out there. So you best believe the hunters out there are well protected. You feel me? They got more than just their hunting rifle. So no, I'm being very serious. The average house has like 10 firearms in Montana. That's not a place to go fuck around. So yeah. Yeah, man, don't get it twisted though. I've been in some situations up in Washington too. I had some people try to rob me. It didn't work out for them. But no, we drift cars and dude, we have a drag strip right outside of Billings, Montana. So like we're some racers out there. Like we like to go fast. And if you know anything else about Montana is it was the last state to have speed limits on the interstate. So lots of really good drivers from there, yo. Don't get it twisted. We'll be driving. I personally drove 113 miles an hour on the snow and ice in a Volvo 240 at that. Yo, you gotta love them old Sweden cars. Yo, there ain't nothing built like an old Sweden car, man. I had it was what year was that one? I think it was the same year as me. I think it was a '93 Volvo 240, and I had studded tires on it. And a big truck tried to race me when I was on the interstate, and it didn't go so as planned for them. I yeah, I got going like 90, and I was like, oh man, this feels really stable, like really stable. So I pushed it to like 95 plus, and it was still really stable. So I sent it. I sent it 113. That was fun. But I still haven't. Okay, I'm gonna come back down to the bottom now. Let's see what we got going on. What's up, smooth player? What's good? What's good, yo? Damn sea lions. No, it's I don't really know what to. Yeah, they're interesting and stuff. I mean, I don't know. We have some different aquariums out here. Uh, Yeah, I mean, to keep it real, that's not a really big. I mean, I love the ocean and stuff, but I don't know. I really like it for like the scenery and the connection I get, and other reasons. So like, yeah, I'm a definition of a true pirate. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Except for I don't. Kind of like a Robin Hood though. Like I used to just rob from the rich to give to the poor type of thing. Like to support the poor homies that came up with nothing. But yeah, I know I got out and got it though. Like I was a multiplayer man. I was working and hustling and hustling. So I was a really busy body back then. But now my focus isn't on money anymore. My focus is not on money. So because money cannot buy happiness, not true happiness, and it cannot buy you a connection with our one infinite creator. So that's why my main focus isn't money. And yeah, my focus is service to others. To me, knowledge is true wealth. Wisdom is true wealth. Wealth isn't money. That whole system's a lie. So to me, you know what I'm saying. I'm not focused on that. And what do you do for Christmas? I came to the ocean, and I'm still here. I'm staying here for New Year's too, yo. I'm gonna go to a fireworks show right at the ocean, and so yeah, y'all stay tuned for that too. You know what I'm saying? Like and subscribe. It'll really help. I'm up to, I don't know. I think I have like 683 subscribers, so I'm getting there. I just need a little bit more watch time too, and yeah. So I'm praying to turn this into something, and just wait till I get more than just a phone. This is just what I got right now, but I've got where I got with just what I got. So I'm doing all right, and I'm just happy to be here for y'all because I really have a whole lot of knowledge. I've been on this spiritual path for 7 years now. So, and really before even then, but it was bumpy. And even since 2017, it's not been an easy path at all. But I've really found my happiness. So I love to share it with y'all. And no, no, I got I'm kind of a mix. I got all kinds of you know I'm not. It's hard to even say. Like my great grandpa, his people was from Yugoslavia, and then like I got Canadian in me too. But it was the Cotes. It was kind of more like French Canadian settlers. People who came from France to Canada and then ended up coming down to the United States. So yeah, I got traveling in my blood too, and that's what I do. So I love it. Yeah, Need for Speed. Yeah, no, I'm not Mexican. No, that's what's funny. I'm actually more like yeah, like I said, like French Canadian, um, and not really technically even American. Really, I mean, a lot of my ancestors come from elsewhere. So yeah. And let's see what else. Yeah, money for sure ruins our lives. And do you want me to teach you? Oh, that's what's up, yo. I met a messenger when I was 19 years old back in 2013 out in Seattle, Washington. I met a messenger. This is real stuff. And he taught me all kinds of things. And he could read and write in Arabic. So yeah, it was very interesting. It would be fun. Say Anna Kala means good morning. Anna, what does that say? Anna Kalb? It means good morning. Okay, okay. What's up? What's up, yo? If you're answering my question, it was about New Mexico. No, somebody in New Mexico stole my identity, though. and used it to get away from the motherfucking sorry, but the police. You feel me? So I'm not very happy about that. Somebody stole my identity, and I have a warrant in a place that I've never even been, folks. And this can happen to you. So yeah, in New Mexico and in Texas, they have used my name to get away with whatever. So I don't know what's going on with that, but that's real stuff. Oh yeah, no, they're man, my content is very shadow banned, man. I just had a 6 hour live stream the other night, and I dropped all kinds of really great knowledge, and yeah, I'm just trying to play it smooth since then because they're really onto me, and they even took away my audio during Christmas. I was trying to make live streams, and you can go back and look. They cut my audio off. And then all of a sudden, like finally it came through. It was really weird. Towards like the end of my video. I was like, what? So yeah, no, the manipulation is very real. But all it's not gonna stop me. I'm gonna always keep speaking the truth. I'm one of those truth soldiers out there. You know, the soldier for God. I owe it to our infinite creator, you feel me? I'm not sure what you're saying. Is it true that New Mexico? I don't know. I've never been in New Mexico. And okay, I'm going to go ahead and put the student timeout for 10 minutes because that's annoying. I don't know why he's just dropping all that nonsense. So, anyways, what's good with y'all? I'm man, this knowledge that I've ran into though really on some real changed my life completely. Like, as far as I don't go looking for no trouble anymore or nothing like that. Um, I'm really focused on helping other people, and so yeah, I'm just here and I'm along for the ride, and I really want to try out that pineapple. So give me a moment to try out some pineapple, and hold on, I need to take this out of here, and I hope that they can't see that. Okay, let me try some pineapple. It's legal here, so good old Oregon State. We got the legalization of my medicine. It's all for medicine for me. Just had to share some pineapple with y'all. I just got it, like just before this live stream, so I haven't even tried it yet until right now. So, gotta love some pineapple. If that's not one of the best strains, I don't know. Yeah, my homie's in Denmark, and it's still illegal there. So that's not any fun. But I lost some people with that hit. They're like, "Yo, this dude's crazy. What is he doing?" Bro, I'm just taking my medicine. You feel me? And now I'm gonna finish the last little bit of this coffee. Yeah. All right, somebody retracted a comment. Anyways, what's good, everyone? Peace and love, yo. And I got my hat on, so there is that. I don't smoke hardly that much at all anymore, so don't try to twist my life up, okay? I really only smoke like half a gram about a day, so maybe sometimes a little bit more than half a gram, but I mean, come on, keep it real, you know what I'm saying? So I always keep it real. That's one thing about me. I cannot lie about anything, and I cannot talk about something that I do not know is true. So, you feel me? I'm not of this world. So, yeah, I love black coffee sometimes too. You're very better. That's how you. No, man. I've used that before, and I don't. No, thank you. I've used all kinds of drugs before, and that's yeah. Stay away from drugs, yo. Marijuana is, and you don't really need all that other stuff. So, if you need something heavier than marijuana, just do dabs. Dabs are what got me off of the hard shit because I ended up realizing that, and when I really tuned into myself, I realized that I was only doing hard drugs because of social reasons, and that dabs were way better for me. Dabs, way better. So I don't even really do dabs anymore, to be real. I have the stuff to do them, but it's only like every once in a great while will I actually go get some dabs. I'm out of them right now. Like I've been out for probably at least 2 months now, so it's not that big of a deal to me anymore. But it did really help get me off of all the other hard shit. So yeah, and like I said, that was 7 years ago. Now I'm super clean. I've helped other people get clean. I'm following my mission. You feel me? I have a purpose of being here, and dabs are concentrated marijuana. And I was born and raised in America. I wish I could go to Denmark. I heard it's a nice place. Not true. Um, there is lots of corruption there and lots of control. And their money system has a lot of control to it. So, and marijuana is illegal. And you got to go through, so old school ways of getting it. So, yeah, people there actually wish that they could come here, a lot of them. So, I mean, but it's all preference, though. It's all preference, you feel me? Like, I don't necessarily, I don't know, though. I love, like, certain ideas that America was founded on, so I am pretty patriotic as far as trying to keep our amendment rights alive. And I even have a copy right here. It's not the best, but at least it's one. I have the Constitution right here. So, like I said, it's not it's just a small one, but without this, America's toast. So, yeah, if we just throw that and don't pick it back up, then we're in for some shit. So that's why I encourage others to also, we right in the First Amendment, it says that, we have the right to peacefully assemble against the government and serve them with grievances. So, that's something that they don't want us doing. So, they're trying to take that away from us. So we might as well do something about it. Like, that's I've been preaching that for like over 10 years now, though. I only recently became a YouTube channel about 2 years ago. This account is from like 2015, but I didn't make it an actual YouTube channel until about just over 2 years ago. But it's been off and on. I wasn't very consistent with it because of, well, if you look back at my videos, I've dropped a lot of knowledge. And when you say a lot of things that they don't want you to say, because it can really change the world for real, just by taking back the power that belongs to us in the first place, man, they do not like that. But that time is coming anyways, and there's nothing that they can even do about it at all. So they know they're fighting a losing battle, and very soon life will be different, much different. So just know that it looks doom and gloom right now, and they're pumping a whole lot of fear and a whole lot of disinformation out there, people. But it will work out. It will work out. There are higher density beings out there that have our best interest at heart, and they are in charge to a degree. They're tired of sitting back and watching all this. They've already deactivated our nuclear weapons a long time ago. So that whole flex is just a bunch of garbage. No major nuclear war is gonna take place. They will not let any major thing like that happen. They're way more advanced than us, okay? We're only a third density being on this planet. Our animals are a second density. So you can actually reincarnate based on your karma back to an animal. So that's very real. Reincarnation is real. And, that's been studied by the Egyptians and all kinds of people. That's been actually basically proven by the Egyptians. So, yeah, I'd like to just plant little seeds of different information because that's my mission. And I just have to follow that, because if I don't follow my mission, then my own life gets unspeakable things happen. So, I just got to remain on my path. So it's very great. But let me read some of your comments, because I have been bad about. Oh, I missed a bunch of comments. My bad. All right. Just as I was thinking about my own habits, this comes on. What a Cohen. Yeah, there is no such thing as a coincidence, y'all. There's no such thing. Coincidences do not exist. Okay? And look into numerology. It'll really open your mind, and you'll realize coincidences are not real. Tell us fun drug story. I don't know if you're even still in here. And, okay, let me see what else we got up in here. Even the bud don't feel the same. Yeah, I know. I know it doesn't. That's why you really have to look for really particular things to even get any sort of the same results as what it was actually intended for. The reason that we used it back in the day. I'm 32 now. I've been around the block. I'm an old soul. I've been here before. So, you know what I'm saying? And I know my purpose, and I'm really connected with our one infinite creator. And I definitely know that I'm not of this world. My soul does not originate here on this planet. So it is what it is. There's over 1 million of myselves out here. So I'm nothing special. I owe it all to our infinite creator. All my wisdom. That's what it's about. So, anyways, let's see what else we got here. Smoked that since 14 and now 26. After all the trauma I've been through, the weed doesn't feel as good. Yeah, that's why I only smoke a little tiny bit now, to be 100% real. Like, I don't smoke that often at all anymore. Mandatory digital biometric. Interesting. Yeah, I don't have a job right now, and I'm not focused on money because the idols that worship money are falling right now, and y'all see that probably too. But it's true. They're, if you're not, if that's your main focus, then it's going to take you away from what our infinite creator wants your life to be about. So that's why I'd even say, and I'm not religious. I'm very spiritual. Let me make that clear. Okay, I'm not the Bible thumper, and I'm very religious. I've been on this path for over 7 years now, and the spiritual path. You know what I mean? And it's amazing. It's amazing. There's nothing better, honestly. Like, it's super changed my life, and I am kind of wearing the hat. Crazy. No, I'm not the crazy weed whacker, and it's not crusty. But the haters can go ahead and be haters. It's all good. And yes, I'm definitely, nobody can make me steer away from my path. You feel me? Not nobody. I've been single now for 5 years. When I started this path, soon after I got back into a relationship, and she was a nut job, and things did not work out. So I'm very thankful for everything that I've been through. Okay, it's been a very bumpy ride. Being on the spiritual path has not been easy. I did not find this happiness overnight. Okay, this took a long time, and to just be okay with not being of this world, letting this old world crumble, because this old world is crumbling. Okay, the money system as we knew it is going bye bye, and power to the people, because there's a whole lot of truth behind how we got to the place that we're at right now. And there are higher density beings out there that were from Mars, okay? Years and years and years and years ago. Years ago. And they came down here and they crash landed. And they were a higher density being. We were only a third density. They were like a fourth or fifth. So they ended up taking control of us because there wasn't a whole lot of us. And this is how the Illuminati started. And because they had a whole lot more knowledge of technology and everything. So that's how the world got to where it's at right now. And that's the real knowledge behind it. So, yeah, there was a advanced civilization on Mars. The solar event that happens every roughly 26,000 years. The rough estimate is 25,920 years, but that doesn't really all matter. It's around that time. And when it happens, it depends where the mass of humanity, the mass consciousness is leaning towards. If it's leaning towards a biological or a technological evolution. So this really changes the game. And if we choose technology, the sun will make a catastrophic event, okay? But there is just enough people out there who are against this. And we're not going to have a catastrophic event. Things are going to get crazy. Okay, that has been predicted for a long time, but it's not going to go, the whole world's not going to be over. This is just the end of the old world. The old world that we knew. It has to die to make something beautiful happen. So, yeah, the time is coming. And 2026 is a very, very exciting year. Very exciting. And more disclosure information is coming out. So, they haven't wanted to do full disclosure. So that's not really going to happen. But they are making movies about it and all kinds of stuff. So Disclosure and ascension are the two main things that I'm focused on. And ascension, with the solar event, when this happens, we move from a third density consciousness to a fourth density consciousness. So, yeah, it's very exciting. It's for the first time. We're going to be. So, Jesus Christ was a fourth density being. That's why he was able to do everything that he did. That was not natural for a third density being to be able to do. So, he was probably closer to like a fifth density being, to be real. But, there's different layers of the consciousness. So, it's not just third cut and dry. Like, you can be closer to fourth, like many people are right now. Some people are ahead of the awakening that's about to happen. There's many of us who've already been on the path, and it excites us so much that we can't stop trying to help other people find it. So, yeah, that's one of my main purposes of being here. Net spend 420. I don't remember seeing your comments in here too much. We could talk about it though. So, yeah, any hateful comments that I see, I will remove because, and I don't need anybody to protect me. I am. We are all our own saviors, so that's something that's very real. And 17th density is the past. Are you talking about end world stuff? Well, it's not end world. It's just the end of the old world. So there's a difference. Like, the end of the world isn't something that's going to happen for a really long time. And of this world. And it doesn't really matter because there's multiple other worlds out there. We're far from alone. There's lots and lots and lots of higher density beings out there. So, and actually, when you refer to speak, like having a connection with your higher self, if y'all have ever heard anything about your higher self, that's when you have that's yourself that's been reunited with the one infinite creator, which happens around like 6th or 7th density. So, yeah, it's all due to your self work, the inner work that you do. Like, so, your own advancement can come whenever you've put in the work to get there. And really, it's about loving yourself and everyone. It's really a really simple teachings. It's about loving yourself and everyone and forgiving yourself. You have to forgive yourself and everyone. And forgiveness is the stoppage of the wheel of karma. So there's a wheel of karma that keeps going on. Your life will go up and down until you master forgiveness. So that's a very, very good focus. And because karma is very real, and karma affects your reincarnation. So it affects what it affects what you're reincarnated as, how long it takes, what you go through during the process. Like, there's a lot of stuff behind all this. And myself, I've literally been studying all this for almost 8 years now. So, long time, lots of knowledge up here. And no, I don't identify with religion. I identify with Jesus Christ and our one infinite creator, God. So, that's not gonna happen. And hold on, let me go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and do that right there because that's one of the things I don't allow. There's no Satanist shit up in here. This is about Some good stuff, not bad. And I'm gonna see what else some people have to say, but and I don't care if I don't need anybody to tell me. And yes, I am part Canadian, and I'm not going to entertain anybody's negativity. You can go ahead and say what you want, but I know what's real, and I know that my information comes from very good sources. Do you know of David Wilcock? Do you know of Corey Good? Do you know of Dr. Stephen Greer, who briefs the White House? Dr. Stephen Greer briefs the White House of need-to-know information. 35 levels above the President of the United States need to know information. Okay? Cosmic information. You feel me? I've been on this right path for a long time, so there's really nothing that you can try to tell me about myself that's going to make me feel bad. So you can go ahead and try, though. But much love to the supporters and the haters. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to hate none of y'all, so it is what it is. You can try to provoke hate, but I'm too wise for your old attacks. So you can either come in here and be real and authentic with me, or it doesn't matter either way, because you're not going to knock me off my path. And you're also watching my content, so and I'm ready for humanity to reach a growth period. I'm ready for us to expand. I'm ready for us to move on. You know, we're going to be able to communicate on a much different level in fourth density. Okay, that's when things like telekinesis comes in, and that's when things like levitation comes in. Some people will be so advanced that they will have a light body. So these are very, very good times we're headed into, folks. And negativity will be, for the most part, defeated, like on this planet. It won't be able to exist in the way that it once did. We won't be able to lie to each other. Deception won't take place anymore. And this is already happened. Like people are already waking up to this level, and some of us are already there. So, you know, I've played lots of reverse psychology on some haters before, and you know, I'm just not even gonna entertain them right now, because I'd rather focus on things that matter than a bunch of nonsense. So, smoke weed every day. Yeah, trash will be a thing of the past. We can just be, yeah, but I'm not going to entertain any mental garbage. And okay, is 3-Eye Atlas alien? So that is still up in the air. Dr. Stephen Greer said no, it's not. But at the same time, I have my own discernment. I have my own what's real and what's not. And so, you know, you can't always trust the puppets, okay? Dr. Stephen Greer still goes to the White House. He's still a puppet, even though he has met with many different higher density beings out there. Many different kinds. And so has Corey Good. So, you know, the military secret space program was a very real thing. And within that program, there has been so much that has went on that it would blow y'all's mind. It would blow y'all's mind what goes on out in the cosmos, you know, out in our universe. So this cosmic information is what I'm about, because it'll really change the world. And there's higher density, you know, there's so many more positive beings out there than there are negative. So none of this is fear-based anything. We're not going to have a catastrophic solar event. We are going to have a solar event because it happens. It cannot be avoided, and our time is due. But other than that, it's not gonna like take out the planet. You know, this is a time, and this is like a Christ consciousness energy that's going to be released from the sun. So, and I need a cigarette because my mouth is like full. I'm right by the water. I'm right at the ocean. You feel me? I'm literally at the ocean. Like the water's just right here, and my mouth is catching it. It is so humid out here, yo. It is so humid. You gotta have a cigarette just to kill some of the humidity in your mouth. Like, otherwise, you can swallow all you want. You ain't gonna get rid of it. It's that humid out here right now. So, yeah. Let's see what else some people's talking about. And yeah, I've heard about the false flag event. Yeah, let's talk about it, brother. 100%. All right. And some people are just, I'm just gonna. I don't want a whole bunch. Oh, sorry. My phone does this sometimes. It makes me delete the wrong comment. I swear on purpose, but it's all good. And God is everything for sure. I owe this all to God. All of it. All of it. I don't take credit for any of this. This is of our one infinite creator. And this is of Jesus Christ. So I'm just a messenger, one of many. You can go check my facts compared to other messengers out there. It's all very real information. So, and actually you don't have to really go nowhere. You can go to my playlist section and check it out for yourself. My playlist section is deep, yo. I have been on the path of knowledge and entertainment now for many years. So I'm not bluffing at all, yo, homies. Go check out my playlist section. You will be blown away. You will be blown away. Especially if you like music. Yeah, if you like music, I got some stuff up in there for y'all. Trust that. I got all kinds of music up in there for y'all. So, if you like some good hip hop or some good reggae or just soul music, I got stuff like that up in there. So, and I'm not really familiar with that one. No, I watched David Wilcock, and he's done a lot of work with Corey Good too. So I've watched, like his Out of This World interview. Check out that Out of This World interview. That interview is amazing with David Wilcock and Corey Good. And I think that one's Jenny McCarthy. And there's also another one with Danica Patrick. Danica Patrick, that race car driver, she interviews David Wilcock and Corey Good too. So go check that out. This is all very real information. David Wilcock's the one that was on Ancient Aliens. He was in over 100 episodes of Ancient Aliens, okay? I've literally watched all of his content. All of it. I'm not making that up. So, you know what I'm saying? That's like his average video used to be like 5 hours or more. So, yeah. This is like terabytes of information. Plus my own experiences. I've had my own experiences that also confirm everything. Like, nothing happens by coincidence. That's one thing that's very real, yo. And happy holidays, everyone, yo. Happy holidays, everyone. Much love, yo. Sending much love to all of y'all. And we cannot wait for 2026. Man, us that know a little bit about what's going on, hey, know that 2026 is going to be a really good year. Really good year. And yeah, Merry Christmas to y'all. I know we just, it's a tiny bit late, but man, they were censoring my Christmas video so bad, I couldn't even speak, yo. I was trying to make videos at the ocean, and like my voice wasn't coming in, and I had 5G service and everything, and I'm like, man, what is going on? And one of the videos, my audio literally didn't come on until like the last few minutes of the video. I'm like, yo, And then the one before that, they said they couldn't hear me. That's why I started a new one. I was just like, man, it is what it is. Like, I gave it my try and it just wasn't working. So I got a little frustrated, but it's all good. Brush it off and keep moving. You feel me? So I still have hair, but it's funny that yeah. And I saw that in lizards. Well, yeah, reptilians are unfortunately real. And a lot of them actually live underground. But it's okay. A lot of those tunnels and stuff have been being blown up. And that's what a lot of those booms that were happening all over that people were like, whoa, what was that? What was that? Nobody could figure it out. Everything was just a big circle. Yeah, that was special military operations being made and taking care of the bad guys and recovering some of the children that have been kidnapped and, good stuff going on. People got shot in the face type of shit. Like, give us our kids back. Like, so that's really what happened with those sonic booms and stuff that were going on. Like, that's what people were calling them. And, because it was really loud, shook the ground type of stuff. So, yeah, if any of y'all out there was still wondering what that was, you probably seen a lot of videos on Anonymous about it. Anonymous had a lot of different videos throughout the years about that. And, nobody could figure it out. But I know there was operations going on. So, yeah, this whole satanic cult thing and everything, it's all coming to, there's been a battle going on out there, good versus evil. It's still going on, you feel me? But this is the end times of it. So, yeah, we're there's a whole lot of God's warriors out here trying to help slay these demons, you feel me? And help steer people in the right direction and give you all some real good information that, it's not all doom and gloom. So, much love to everyone, yo. We are going to see so much better times coming. It's going to be amazing. I really cannot wait. That's my main focus, is just getting people ready. And because, you don't have to wait for nothing. We are our own saviors. So Jesus Christ is within ourselves. All right. And as soon as you start to tap into that, as soon as everybody taps into that, it's game over. You feel me? This game that they've been playing with us is all over. That's a thing of the past. Finally. Thank you, Infinite Creator. For real. Like, because people like myself that aren't of this world, our souls not from this planet, there's been a lot of times throughout this process of being very, very homesick. Very, 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 very homesick. Missing a place that we can't even remember exactly, but we can remember it was way better than here. Way better. This is the worst place in the whole universe that human life can be on, okay? This is a school. Okay? That's why they say, all the real wise men say, that's what real wealth is. Knowledge, wisdom. That's what real wealth is. It's not money. You feel me? Because knowledge of everything out there can really change the world. And the stuff that they have been hiding from us for way too long now, okay? This is the lost century. We have lost a whole 100 years now. All because of the ones in power. Our life for the last 100 years could have been way different. Since literally the 20s, when we started having contact with the higher density beings out there. And by the 50s, we had started to make deals with them. So that's why so many people too got abducted. Okay, they were allowed to abduct us in exchange for technology. that we, the people, haven't seen, right? We don't get to use it. It's for the ones in power. So, yeah, man, the manipulation that's been going on this planet, I cannot wait for it to come to an end. I really can't. Like, I'm so it motivates me to keep going, man. Keep reaching more people out there with this stuff because, man, y'all can go check it out for yourself too. Like, it's all very real stuff. We're about to head into very, very good times. This is known as the Great Awakening. This comes from over 30 different ancient prophecies out there. Like, and where do you think all these prophecies came from? They weren't just random. They weren't just, no. These prophecies that have been left throughout thousands of years have came because of contact with what they thought at the time were gods, but they were just higher density beings from other planets out there. So we didn't understand, and we thought they were gods, but the truth is there's only one God. So these were just higher density beings. These were angels, you know? So yeah, very real stuff, yo. Once you reach a certain level of consciousness, you become a light body. So that's what angels are. They're just light body beings. So yeah, it's all very, very good stuff, yo. And that's why I'm so focused on sharing it with y'all, because I know that with my background, I can reach different people than the average people out there that are trying to speak on this. They're reaching like more of like the middle class maybe or something, or it doesn't matter. But what matters is that I'm doing my thing with it too, and trying to reach all the people that I can reach. Because I want to help build unity. You know, that's really one thing that'll change the world. It's just if it's proven that if 7,000 people could meditate at the same time, it would affect our mass consciousness so much that there would be less hate, there'd be less crime, all that. We completely world changing stuff. Okay, that's all up to us. So instead of sit back and just let more and more people continue down, whatever. I'm just trying to help plant seeds, because I love my people. You feel me? And I was always a people person when I was younger. Like, I was a person that had a couple hundred contacts in my phone, okay, before I decided to be a traveler out here and kind of leave my old home and life behind. You feel me? Like, I couldn't be tied down by my family or nothing either, because if I was somewhere that was close to my family and they had impact on what I was doing, I wouldn't be able to follow my real mission because they wanted to keep me enslaved. And that's a powerful truth that once you realize, like, we got to break these generational curses, you know what I mean? I'm born in 93, and so yeah, I've been through a lot of life already, yo. A lot of life. I became homeless at well, basically, I mean, I got kicked out at like 16, and I had somewhere else to go though for a while, and then I know all over smoking some weed, and my stepdad tried to put his hands on me for it, and it didn't go so good for him on some real slim shady shit. Okay. I said, "Pop! Oh, sorry." Sorry, but you shouldn't have put your hands on me, homie. You ain't my father. So, you feel me? Like, that got me kicked out instantly. So, it is what it is. We all have our own experiences on this, in this game, And we can be, that's why I think I've came up with some different characters that I kind of roll with sometimes, because this is just a game, and we got to put on a good show. So, and just pray to reach people with all the right things. So but that's already taken care of by our one infinite creator. So I'm just channeling this information, and I'm very, very humble about it, and really blessed. Blessed to be where I'm at versus where I could have been, because I come from a life. Okay, I literally, not saying I don't have one, but I had to put the guns down, okay? I had to, yeah, I had to follow something greater. And, I had a lot of OG guidance. You feel me? So, like one of the last of that era. And, many were already in prison and stuff by that point in time, like my father. So, um, crazy times, crazy times. I'm just glad to be here with y'all. And let me see what the comments are up to. Oh dang, we got all kinds of comments. Sorry, yo. I've been chatting. Again. There is love for you. You're a decent guy. Word, word, what's up, yo? What's up, Antonio? Yeah, man. Yo, yeah, man. Cause I used to struggle back in the day with having a real connection with our infinite creator, or with Jesus, like I tried and everything. I came from a Christian family and everything, but like it still for me like wasn't quite there, you know. Um and having grown up without a father, because he was in prison, and then just all kinds of stuff, and I had a hard time with that. And even though I wanted it, I still, it wasn't what I wanted. But through the the channel that I've been on now for the last almost 8 years now, it's led to something beautiful. Beautiful. I'm so happy. And I don't even got a job. I don't even have income. I don't even know how I'm getting gas in my RV right now, yo. So if anybody can bless me with anything at all, it would be very, very appreciated. All my links are in the description. You can hit me up on Discord too. My Discord link is on here. My Cashapp and Venmo and PayPal is all there. I have enough subscribers to get super chat, but I'm not at enough watch hours yet. But I'm working on it. So thank you all so much for being here. Much love, y'all. I'm so glad to be here with y'all. And so yeah, to answer your question about the oil rig, no, I don't currently have a job. I have 110 applications in though. So it's not like I didn't try, but the last couple interviews that I've had was just confirmation from the Most High that is not my purpose. And I got to let that go. So, although I grew up working from 13 years old, I bought my first car at 14 years old on some rail with my own money that I made. That I started because I started saving when I was 13 and then bought one at 14 because I found one real cheap. And I bought my first four-wheeler at 15 years old because when I was 13, my mom said if I wanted something, I had to go get it. If I wanted anything fresh, if I wanted anything cool, I had to go get it. Bet, mama. Thank you. That taught me how to get out there and get it. But, now I'm focused on other things, all those material things. I'm not focused on none of that. So I just want my basic necessities met. And that's it. I am very content with being in my situation. I have my dog back here who's sleeping. Yeah, I got the very beautiful, crazy dog back here, and she's sleeping. And we're at the ocean right now. Thanks to one of my YouTube subscribers for sending me $50 to get here. Bless you, bless you. And I'm so thankful because I was like, yo, I really want to get to the ocean for Christmas. I really want to, so I can get some better content going on and get away from town. And because I went out there looking for a little bit of work, and I'm just like, man, this is stupid. I need to just let that go. just go chase what really matters, and just follow my mission full time. So that's what I'm doing, and so I'm very blessed to be on this path. And yeah, I got a little bit of help today because somebody. Okay, and I'm a good person. I'm a very good person. Okay, somebody. I was just leaving. Okay, my friend in Denmark sent me a little bit of money so I could go get some groceries. Okay, because I'm struggling with food and propane and stuff. And he sent me a little bit of money so I could go do that. And as I was leaving, there was a truck that was parked there, and he was trying to start up, but his battery I could tell was dead. So I pulled up to him with my RV here and was like, "Oh, do you need a jump?" And he was like, "Yeah, you know." And so like I pulled up and popped my hood and everything, got ready. But then we were looking around and noticed that one of his wires was broken, and it was for his alternator. It was the wire was broken and it was like wrapped around some things, and I was like, "Man, what's that broken wire go to?" And I think it's the so I untangled it all, and I ended up stripping the wire on both sides and butting it together and all that good stuff, making sure it was all watertight and good to go for him. So, I'm a really good mechanic, really good mechanic. I grew up street racing. You feel me? I grew up putting in stage 3 race clutches, all kinds of crazy stuff. So, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I grew up racing and breaking stuff all the time. So I had to learn how to fix it. And my stepdad taught me from a young age. So, but then he died when I was 18. But, you know, he got to ride in one of my cars that I had built when I was in high school. And coming from the era of big block V8s, he rode in my car, which at the time, my first car was an 86 Ford Thunderbird Elite Edition. Really nice, beautiful car. Leather interior, chrome trim everywhere. True dual exhaust, the 5-liter V8, So, but anyways, I had a Ford Explorer too after I wrecked that Thunderbird. Like, I had it for 3 years, and then somebody pulled out in front of me, literally right out in front of me, and I wrecked it because I had nowhere to go. There was a brick building here and a bunch of oncoming traffic here, and I had nowhere to go. It blocked off, so I slid sideways into him instead of hit him head on like that. And yeah, so anyways, but yeah, I took my stepdad for a ride in this car, and it was nothing really. It was just what I could afford. It was a 2001 Ford Focus ZX3, the little 2-door hatchback with the 5-speed manual. And I put like every single bolt on you could possibly find for that car, and then some. I went and got SVT parts from an SVT Focus and put those on there too. So I had a really fun car, and it was really loud too, but it sounded really good. Really good. I had a Flowmaster muffler on it with the full length race header and exhaust, everything. Yo, this car was tight. And yeah, before my stepdad died, he rode in it with me. Even though they kicked me out of the house at a younger age, I had made enough peace before he died to, enjoy a little bit of time with him before he died. So at least that was good. So yeah, anyways, I just wanted to share that because yeah, yo, man, I miss the days of street racing and stuff. Like, I really do. I'm a really good driver, so I've went like 180 miles an hour before, and I've drifted at 150, and I've also drifted at like 100 before too. So I've been really. I grew up watching the best. Okay, Ken Block. I watched everything. So I was really into that, and of course the Fast and Furious. I grew up in that area. I'm 93 baby. So I was like 8 years old when the first Fast and Furious came out, yo. That got me stoked as a little kid, man. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna grow up driving just like that right there. And let's see what y'all up to. Talk on the Law of One. Yes, I love the Law of One. So do you want to know about the first the very first chapter of the Law of One talks about how they built the pyramids. Okay? So this is very real stuff. This is how they built the pyramids. And they didn't do it with spaceships like we think, okay? And they didn't do it with a bunch of people, neither. Anyways, they did it with their mind, because there were higher density beings here on the planet is who built that. We didn't build that. They came and built that for us. And so, literally, even in the Bible, okay, this is even in the Bible when they said that they could move mountains, okay? So in the Law of One, it speaks about, that was even one of the questions. So could you move mountains? And the answer is yes, if under the right circumstances. So literally, they can move objects with their mind. And that's exactly how the Great Pyramids were built. So that's literally in the first chapter of the Law of One, which you can access at, you just type in lawof1.info and it brings you there. It's not a .com or anything like that. It's .info. And it brings you right to the Law of One, and it's very, very, very amazing. I haven't read the whole thing yet because it's big and there's a lot to read there, okay? And it's contact with Ra. So is what it is that it's contact with Ra, which they viewed at the time as a sun god. But Ra was one of the main sources. There was many, because there was many ancient prophecies that all spoke about the solar event that we're about to go through. So, and that's really my main focus, is that solar event, because we're in fourth density at that point. So life is way different. Than we can no longer be controlled at all. Period. End of story. So life is going to be much better. Much better. We're going to, because the evil of the evilest people will be relocated. They won't be able to actually be here, because fourth density will bring too much light for them. So they got to go somewhere else. They can go to the edge of the galaxy where all the other ones have been kicked out to. And there's no real edge to the galaxy, but still a long ways away from here, okay? But that's real. And I don't really know how exactly, but we can probably put some guesses together. And I was hoping that's what 3A Atlas was, to be honest. To be honest with y'all, I was hoping that 3A Atlas was coming to swoop some of these bad motherfuckers up out of here, you know? Because the thing about spacecraft of any kind is that the appearance of this craft can appear to be small, right? But that does not mean that the inside of that craft is not huge. Okay, so this is built by higher density beings. You feel me? They've been around for millions and billions of years. You feel me? They've been around a long time. So, yeah, this is just the people think that, you know, all these earthly things that they were taught and everything, and we're the top dogs and everything, and bro, we're the lowest density consciousness that exists out there, just to keep it real with everybody. So it's kind of important that we all learn to be a little bit humble and realize that there's much, much more out there than us. So, and you know, we'll get to have our own contact with these beings and our own ability to move throughout the galaxy with them. You know, we just got to be more loving. That's really the main thing, is we got to be more loving, because without that, they have to have distance. You know, it's an important teaching also in the Law of One that, you know, you can't get involved with others' karma too much. everybody has to go through their own karma. So, you can help them a little bit along the way, but other than that, you can't get too involved with their karma. So that's why that they have distanced themselves, because we gotta get our shit together. So, all this war and stuff. So, yeah, I'm just praying to help. As somebody that has had a 9mm Glock right here with 3 different magazines loaded with armor-piercing rounds. Okay, you feel me? I want to bring a better message than that. So that's really one of my main focuses, is just bringing a better message than that, because I've been there and done that, and slanging shit, and man, bro. Once I started getting cut with fentanyl, thank God it did, because that's when I was up out of that shit. I'm like, yo, this is killing people. I am not gonna get involved. Like, that's when I quit. So, I quit slanging, because I was a little hustler back in the day. So this information has really changed my life on some real. I'm very thankful. Very, very thankful. Yo, good evening from Colorado. What's good, yo? Sorry, I'm just now gonna start reading some comments again. I get going and then I gotta take a break and read what y'all saying. How do we raise the level of our consciousness? Thank you for that question. I'm so glad that you asked that right now. Thank you. Much love, okay? And so the answer is actually very simple. So, and the answer is also, too, for future reference and stuff, it's in my channel. You can find it under the Christ Consciousness message. And the Christ Consciousness message has been given to us from higher density beings. And it's really about love and forgiveness. Okay, we got to love ourselves. And loving yourself is where it all starts. So to raise your consciousness, it all starts with loving yourself. Because you cannot fully help other people until you have helped yourself. So you got to love yourself first, and then everyone. And then forgive yourself. Sometimes we've done things or thought things were our fault and all that. So we got to let all that go. We got to forgive ourselves for everything and forgive everyone else for anything that they've done. So it's about love and forgiveness and being of service to others. So that's what I do. I'm heavily into being of service to others. That's the main thing that I love. I just fixed somebody's truck today that needed help, and I was there. Bam! So, that's just one thing. But, yeah, so just being, that they say to be of 51% service to others, 49% service to self. So, all these things help raise our consciousness level. And, one of my favorite things to do when I can is meditate. Meditation, especially if you're out in nature, you can meditate in town and stuff, that's fine. But meditating out in nature is where it's really hot. And for me, I love to go out into the mountains far enough to where I disconnect from any cell phone service. And then go be out there for like a few days, or even a couple days, or even a day. Like, just go get away from the connection of all this rat race, okay? And that really helps too. And other than that, I mean, it's just I have, for myself, it's been knowledge. Knowledge can really help raise your consciousness level too. And for me, I'm very thankful to have found one of the top insiders out there. Okay, the top insider out there is David Wilcock. he has interviewed like everybody. He has had phone calls with insiders at his house where he just sits down and talks to him and talks to him and you know all kinds of other stuff. But David Wilcock and Corey Good, and like I said, Dr. Stephen Greer has some good stuff too. He's he's a doctor. He used to be a I think it was a trauma surgeon. But now he briefs the White House. So like literally he's one that comes to the White House and gives them information. Okay, there's been disclosure events that he's been involved with, David Wilcock's been involved with, and Corey Good's been involved with. So these are my top three. Okay, anything outside of that is what is, to me, that's my main three. That's what I focus on. So, and not even really so much Dr. Stephen Greer anymore. I'll still check out Corey Good whenever he puts something out, but David Wilcock for sure, who has another live stream coming Sunday. So I watch all of his live streams. He delivers very amazing information, and this is where that is my mentor in a way. Which I've had my own contact and my own experience with meeting a messenger out in Seattle. So that was really good too. I'd met a messenger when I was 19 years old. So nothing happens by coincidence. And Team Tactical Dylan, is that a threat? Yo, hey everybody, I think I just got threatened on live stream, yo. I think the government is threatening me, yo. Yeah, bro, they just said right there, Dylan, we are closer than you think. The government is watching you. Alright, well, that's okay. That's okay, yo. Because I'm on live stream, yo. So, alright. Right? So go ahead. If you try, I got something for you. So it will not be a pretty thing. And I don't want to focus that way, so I'm gonna let you just know. Okay? Don't come fucking around with me, yo. Just because I'm on the spiritual path doesn't mean I'm not a spiritual warrior, okay? So God has his own warriors too. We have been fighting for many, many years for what's right. And we are going to continue to do so, regardless of what you say. So you can go ahead and sit on it, Fonzie. That's on some real shit. Enjoy your night. Ooh, we are protecting you. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. I don't need any real protection. But thanks for the gesture, though. That's all cool and all. And, if it was legit, okay, cool. I've always been protected since I was young, yo. I built my circle up myself, and I was the leader, and I had a circle that would protect. Like, if something happened to me, some people, I'm not going to speak anymore because real G's don't talk a lot. And I don't want to talk a lot about my past because I'm on to a much better life now. So I got to keep it real. And yeah, I smoke like a half a gram of weed a day. I used to smoke heavy, okay? When I was younger, I smoked heavy. I was always smoking. I've already been smoking. How long have I been on here now? An hour and 39 minutes. Okay, I would have already smoked 5 joints by now. I have only taken one hit during this whole live stream. So that's just to tell you, I don't really smoke a whole lot anymore. Just a little bit now and then is enough to keep me going, which is a long ways from where I was at. I have before, but so for me, I don't like doing that because I don't like mixing weed and tobacco because if I do that, you're not really supposed to hold in tobacco like you hold in weed. So to me, I'd rather just do them separate, and I do. I've been smoking cigarettes for since the same time I've been smoking weed, and neither one of those things I care about letting. I mean, I want to cut down on my cigarettes, and I've already cut down on my weed. So the weed's way easier to cut down on than cigarettes. Like I barely smoke. You know what I mean? Like compared to what I used to be like. And back in the day, you smoked like blunts with people. Okay, you had homies that rolled like 7 gram blunts and stuff. You feel me? You had a whole house full of people and passing around a bong and another bong and all kinds of weed pipes and joints and blunts. And okay, I grew up with that. That's Billings, Montana, yo. So you feel me? That's how I grew up. And now I literally only smoke. The most I'll smoke in a day now, the most is like a gram. If somehow somebody convinces me to get really carried away, I might smoke like 2 grams in a day. But still, like, that's a long ways from the shit. We used to roll up a whole eighth, like, real quick. Like, an eighth wouldn't even last me a day back in the day. So, the majority of the time, I barely smoke, not even a gram a day, less than a gram. So when I meditate, I focus on trying to find the light. I focus on trying to use my single eye that Jesus talked about and to see the light. And it's amazing. It's amazing. I've seen it. And so I try to do that. And I try to just, you don't really want to avoid thoughts that come through, but you don't want to entertain them. You just kind of let them come and go. So, yeah, you don't want to, and so some real advice about meditation is you don't want to be thirsty. You don't want to be hungry. You don't want to have to go to the bathroom. You don't want to be cold. You want to get rid of as many distractions as you can. And then when you first start your meditation, do some breath work. So I do a lot of different breath work for, a good 5 minutes or something. Everyone's different. But for me, I at least do it like maybe 5 minutes, up to 5 minutes. When I first started, I would do it for even a little bit longer. But that breath work really, really helps just get you into that meditative state. And then yeah, I just, like I said, don't really focus on anything because the purpose is to try to just let your mind be calm. And then things will come and then just let them come and don't really think about them too much and just let them go. And then you'll start to really have a really good connection after about 15, 20 minutes. You'll start having like some messages coming through. And the last time I had a really good meditation, here's what came to me. So what came to me when I did, and I was doing it on a live stream, I'm pretty sure too. And it came to me peace, love, and global connection. So these are literally the 3 messages that kept coming through to my mind as I was meditating on the last really good meditation I did, which wasn't too long ago. And so, yeah, that's literally what came to me. Peace, love, and global connection. So it's when you know you're on the right path. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and, the cool thing about having your own channel is you don't have to take abuse. So nobody can abuse me. If you're going to say foul things that aren't true, then I'm going to delete them if I see them. From demons and fallen angels. This person's being funny. And yes, there is such thing as angels and demons. I've already talked about angels. on this live stream. So, yeah, that's literally what came to me. Peace, love, and global connection. So, it's when you know you're on the right path. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and, you know, the cool thing about having your own channel is you don't have to take abuse. So And okay, so this person's just a troll, and so I'm gonna just put this user in timeout altogether because I don't need any trolls. That's how I smoke bong rips, half weed, half tobacco. Oh, yeah, that's tough, yo. But I understand because that's how my homie smokes in Denmark. So, but he doesn't really get green like I get. He gets like hash. So, allegedly. Yeah, me too. They were time back to back. Now I don't smoke at all. Oh wow, yeah, that's what's up. Let's see. Okay, I'm just checking out what the. And wow, yeah, there's been a lot of comments tonight, yo. And what? Dr. Greer does not think everything is an alien. So I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not standing up for Dr. Stephen Greer. He is a puppet. That's why I don't really. I I take his information with a grain of salt. But with David Wilcock, now he be on some real. David Wilcock has had his own contact with Archangel Michael and has wrote books about it. David Wilcock has wrote many books. So check out some of his books too. I've read into one of them so far, and it was really really good. So yeah, no, yeah, David Wilcock's my main source of information, but also, you know, and people, there's going to be a lot of controversy about it or whatever about Corey Good, but put put yourself in his shoes, okay? If you're going to court and like your life is on the line, okay, you might kind of twist things a little bit to save your own ass, yeah. So what Corey Good went through and everything was very real. So just because he twisted things up a little bit in court doesn't mean that he's not a good source of information. Okay, if you are really smart, you're not gonna rat yourself out in court. So yeah, people they wasn't even thinking when that whole court situation came up with him. I'm not dating anyone. And okay, so and everything is in my playlist section. Everything I talk about is in my playlist section, straight up. Like none of this is made up fairy tales, okay? I've spent much, much, much time building a nice playlist for you all to check out. And my playlist section is deep, brothers and sisters, okay? My playlist section has all kinds of very amazing stuff in there. So peep that out, y'all. Peep some game, okay? What y'all know about Tupac? Huh? What y'all know about Tupac on some real, huh? What just curious, okay? Let me see. What y'all know about Tupac? Okay? What you know about the truth behind Tupac? Okay? And this is why I got shot in my past life, okay? But I'm still going into it because even Damon Marley said, well, they can only kill you once, they cannot kill you twice. So, I already got killed once. They ain't taking me out this time. And if they do, props to them. Props to them. They caught me somehow. But they ain't taking me out. Not again. I don't know. Yeah, no, there's man, people that speak the real truth, man, we go through all kinds of attacks and all kinds of crazy things. All kinds of crazy things, man. David Wilcock has had to hire actual moderators, like many of them in his channel, just to keep things running smooth. Oh, my thing just reconnected. Hey, that's what happens when you speak on the reel. Did you just see that my phone just reconnected real quick? Yeah, and I'm not joking. Okay, you can actually go back and watch my 6 hour long live stream from not too long ago. Okay, I had a 6 hour long live stream and it was very, very, very amazing. I pray some of y'all check that out. Okay, and within that was direct proof that they be tampering with people that on that real shit. Okay, in that live stream I did that was 6 hours and 5 minutes long. Okay, they straight tampered with me, and people who were in the comments were even telling me that they were doing it. They were even on my side about it. They were like, "Yo, these people are fucking with you." That one of them said that they watched the likes go from 32 likes to down to 22 likes. They watched it happen. So very real stuff, yo. They do not like all this information getting out. And they will send the, okay, there's paid trolls. Just to let y'all know too. There are paid trolls out there. They are paid to come onto YouTube channels like mine and spew a bunch of nonsense. And you can, yeah, that's very real. And you can see it happen in live time on David Wilcock's channel too. But not so much. He had to hire moderators just to keep it under control. Like very real. But you can still see it. They'll still come through. But those are most of them are paid trolls. That's what they get paid to do. But that's okay because it counts towards my watch time too. So they can come in here and troll all they want. I'm just going to, if I can catch it, delete the stuff. Because I don't want other people to see a bunch of nonsense. But I'm sorry, I'm just one person and I don't have any moderators yet. So if somebody, when I see somebody that I have seen that likes to follow my stuff a lot, then you can become a moderator to help me out. That would be amazing. Because it would be cool to not have. Okay, Tupac was deeply trained in the arts before rap. He attended the Baltimore School for the Arts when he studied acting, poetry, jazz, and ballet. I don't know about ballet necessarily. I know that he knows how to dance. That's for sure, though. Okay. I'm gonna try to see what all you guys have said real quick. Okay, just nothing. All that, and then okay. Do you think UAP are interdimensional beings? Well, yeah. I mean, that does exist. Yes. Um, but some of the craft out there that we see is ours. So that is true, but not all of it. Not all of it, but just some of it we have actually created because truth is, we've been reverse engineering crash landed UFOs since at least the 1950s. Okay, at least. And there's some speculation that even a little bit before then. So, yeah, it's real though. We've had that technology since the 1950s because one of our president also it was in the 50s. But who was that? And I used to remember that cat's name, but right now it's slipping my mind. No, not Nixon. Not man. Who was that? But anyways, made deals with the Greys, and that's why they started abducting a bunch of people because we made deals with them in exchange for technology because they don't care about us. They don't care about us. That's why that's why we don't have free energy devices yet. That's why we don't have our own UFOs yet. That's why You know, all these things, all this control system is all crazy. The oil and everything, man. They've killed people in the past who have made better ways for us to survive. You know, all these different scientists and stuff who have made all these different inventions. Some of them were killed just to so that way we couldn't have that stuff. Like, man, the control on this planet's been deep. And not a troll here. Okay, word. That's what's up, yo. And some people, okay, I'm gonna go and see what's up with y'all. And keep centered on the truth, brother. Going back to work. God bless. And yes, yes, and absolutely, absolutely. And yo, I need to go take a one like a 5 second break and take a piss real quick, yo. I'm not even gonna lie. I got to pee. All right, I'm back, yo. Woofda. Yo, I was holding it in a little bit too long. I really had to go. I was like, man, I gotta break away for a second. My eyeballs was floating. You know the feeling? But yeah, and I needed to light the cigarette too. I love my Newport Reds. It's a Newport Red. The full flavors. I don't do the menthol anymore. But yeah, somebody paid me $60 to fix their truck today on the spot. Like, I just offered to help them, and then they ended up giving me $60. So I was like, cool, fuck yeah, man. I needed some more cigarettes, and I was getting out of weed, so I needed some of that too. I was like, man. So yeah, it was a great thing. I helped somebody out, and they helped me. So you know that's how it should be. That's how it should be. So I'm very thankful when that type of stuff works out. Cause I'm a really good mechanic, man. I can get your car on the road in no time. But yeah, peace and love, everyone. Gold just hit 4,000 today, and silver 7. Yeah, that's what's up. It's already been here in America. I think it was already at like 42 or 4,300, I believe, for gold. So yeah, I know, yo. As soon as I can get enough money, I'm gonna get my own gold detecting. You know, my own gold detector and my old gold pans and slosh box would be nice. You know, because there is all kinds of gold out here in Oregon, man. There's people that's how they make a living. That's literally how they make a living, is they go out and pan for gold, and you know, some of them got like the man. There's like that other way too that they do where they just they suck everything up. Man, I don't know. I need to look into that way too. That way looks cool. Right. Hey, I'm off a crazy bender. 3 Colombian patties and okay. I'm not gonna finish reading that, but I don't. But pass me one of those red Newport hundreds. Okay, yo. Here you go. You can have one. This is a fresh pack. Yeah. Here you go. Grab it, yo. Oh, okay. I think you got it. So I passed you off a Newport, yo. Yes, no problem. And but yeah, what's good, everyone? What's good? No, yo, I'm just connected with this one infinite creator, yo, and that creates all kinds of happiness. So don't mistake it for nothing else, okay? That is from our one infinite creator. I owe this happiness to that. And that's on the real. That's on the very, very real. Okay? I don't even have a job. I don't even have a job. And I love life. Okay? I love it. I'm not of this world. I'm here for a different reason. And I have before. Me neither, bro, for real. Yeah, man. Not being it's better than it not to be of this world, but I can't really I'm not saying that I'm better than anyone. I'm just saying that I'm very thankful that from where I come from, because I don't come from this planet. My soul does not originate in this planet. So it was very strange for me to be here for a very long time, but I figured it out, and I'm happy to be here. So this path I've been on has been a very amazing journey, all since like 2017. From 2017 to now, it's been a bumpy road. Spiritual growth is not easy, my friends. Okay, this is not an easy path. It took a lot of work and dedication to get here to where I'm at now. And there's still attacks that happen all the time. I'm never I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. But if you're focused on growth, then you will get there, my friend. Yo, I'm part Canadian. I'm a Cote. My last name is Cote. Much love, Unc. Hopefully you strike a gold nugget. Yeah, man, I want to get into that gold, man. I really do. I cannot wait until I can afford a gold pan and everything, man. I've been just surviving to keep it real. I'm just surviving. And thank God for my homie up here, Ties. My homie Ties right there, who said gold hit 4,000. He helped me out today. Much love, brother. Much love. Much love for the food money, man. Although it was already kind of late in the day, and I was like, man, I'm just gonna get some water and some drinks, so that way at least I got stuff to drink and boil some noodles if I need to. Because that's really what I'm down to, is like noodles right now. But I just wanted to do a quick trip in the store because it was getting dark and I want to go park my RV before dark. Because I don't like to just, yeah, I like to settle down when it gets dark. I don't want to be out there with all the tweakers and nonsense and none of that. So I try to, I have a home life here. So fuck them who say that I don't have a home. I do have a home. I just happen to be able to move it where I want. Hey. Right. Favorite drink? You Irish? I got some of that in me too. Yo, I got some Irish in me too. My grandpa on my dad's side had some Irish in him. And he was also a Navy SEAL. So, yeah. Much love to our veterans out there. My grandpa on my dad's side was a Navy SEAL. He was very crazy. Okay, you did not want to piss this motherfucker off. I tell you what, he will snatch you up so quick. So quick, yo. Navy SEALs have precision when in their shit, bro. So don't mess with them. But rest in peace, he's not alive anymore. But and my grandpa on my mom's side was in the Air Force. So yeah, I got military background on both sides. Crazy. Crazy. And it just so happens that on my mom's side, it comes from Doyle's. So yeah, that's on that Doyle side, and my dad's side was the Cote. So yeah, lots of history there. But yeah, you're black and Irish. Oh dang. Yo, what's your name? Yellow Teeth? All right, what's good? What's good? I could tell. Yeah. And favorite drink, yo, one of my favorite drinks is that Black Rifle energy drink. It's like a coffee energy drink. Black Rifle. It's made by the veterans, yo. It's very good. I love the Black Rifle. And other than that, I really love Mountain Dew. And sometimes I drink some Dr. Pepper. But and speaking of, I'm about to go get a Mountain Dew right now. But yeah, for all my real people in here, man, don't let nobody put your fire out. Don't let nobody take away your shine, homie. God loves us, and Jesus loves us too. So don't let people ever manipulate you into thinking that you have a problem, because that's an old attack. And don't you understand that most of those people have the problems? So that's why they're pointing fingers. You know what I'm saying? So that's usually what triggers that, is somebody sees something within their self that they don't like or something. But man, I'm too wise for all that old attack. Once you know who you are, man, once you really truly know who you are and why you're here, it's a beautiful thing. You know, gotta have that Mountain Dew sometime. Yeah, I don't know. I started drinking that when I was young. I was into sports and all kinds of stuff, so yeah. Alright, let me see what else you'll say. You kind of look like Sam Schumann. I don't think I've ever heard that before. I really don't think I've heard that one before. People say that I look like all kinds of other people, though, but yeah. Yo, do I have anybody in here that listened to... Sorry, let me swallow that Mountain Dew. Does I have anybody in here that listened to Zero? Or what about anybody that listens to Spirit of Truth? Yo, check out some Spirit of Truth. Or what about that young cat coming up, OMG Doobie? OMG Doobie has some cool stuff out there if anybody has heard of him. No, that's not beer. Yo, I don't drink beer. I'm 7 years sober. I just smoke my medicine and my cigarettes. And every once in a while, I'll have like a beer, but I will not get drunk. I haven't been drunk in over 7 years now. Wow. What a journey. And thank God I had a really bad experience that scared me straight from myself. Me as a warrior, and somebody picked the wrong fight. And I was drinking, and I'll just put it this way, that was the last time I ever got drunk. Because they were, yeah, I should not keep speaking about this incident. They are lucky to have been alive after that. I snapped out of it at the last second, thank God. Hoofda. Yeah, me come from drinking background and all that stuff. I'm very thankful to not be controlled by it anymore. You know, I can go months and months and months without even having one beer. So, yes. Yeah, brother, I'm a warrior, bro. I basically quit drinking when I was 25 years old. Because, yeah, I was already and I'm not very tall, and I was at 180 pounds, just muscle, and boy, I could pick somebody up with my left arm and knock them out with my right. Like, man, I've been in some stuff, and but anyways, yeah, alcohol is bad. Alcohol is bad. Um, I would rather be coherent about my decisions and everything. I'd rather not put myself into a situation where I could black out, all that kind of stuff, because man, alcohol can make you lose control. You know what I'm saying? So, but unfortunately, a lot of the people who abuse it, they don't see it. But others around them see it, and I'm very thankful. My dad was a drunk. I'm very thankful my dad was a piece of shit. I'm very thankful I met him when I was 20 years old, and by 25, fully realized I didn't want to be anything like him. So thank God for that. It's about breaking these generational curses, you feel me? So yeah, we on that spiritual warrior stuff, man. It's very good path to be on. And we want to be a spiritual warrior and find our true selves. You know, that's really what this is about: is finding our true selves out there. And man, it's a beautiful thing once you do. Comes with lots of hard work, though. Oof. This has not been an easy path. But real true growth isn't supposed to be easy. Real true growth is not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be a bumpy ride. Because if real true growth was so easy, the world would already be different. People would have already done changed. So it takes the toughest of the toughest to go through with real growth. Because one realization even I have is that there's always something else out there to learn. We never know everything. We live in an infinite universe. There's no possible way we could know everything. But years and years and like over a decade worth of knowledge is in my belt, is in my head. So many beautiful things. Learning that there's actually way more positive beings out there in the universe than there are negative. I guess negative exists, but there's way more positive ones. And I'm in this life I am from Billings, Montana. And my life before that I was from California. So when I went to California, people were like, "Oh, hey, I know you. Oh, hey, I know you." Everywhere I went, it was crazy, bro. It was crazy. Everybody in Cali knew me, man. And I'm like, "Oh, shit. This is not good. What did I do?" Some of it was good and some of it wasn't. I almost got shot again. Just for some shit I did in my past life, man. Karma is very real. Yo, love my jacket. Yeah. Yeah, man, I love this jacket too, man. Somebody had given it to me at one point. When I got arrested for when I was in California, because I went down there for a mechanic job. I had 5 different job interviews lined up down there. And hey, what's good? What's good? Red, what's good? Who else is up in here? What's good, y'all? But yeah, I literally got arrested for sleeping in my car when I had 5 job interviews lined up for a mechanic. And yeah, the police, I don't know, it was a fucked up situation. I don't even know, man. They rolled up on me in the middle of the night. And then yeah, it was bad. I tried to stand on my amendment rights and was like, yo, I did nothing wrong. I have no reason to identify myself. I'm sleeping. Leave me alone. I have a job interview in the morning. And they blew open my window and pepper sprayed me instead. So, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, man. I got all kinds of really good stories in my life, man. I've been through a lot. Oh, man, this is the path of a real warrior right here, brother. I have been in so many situations that if I was not the warrior, I would not still be here. No, 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 no. I have had many people try to rob me. I have been through some shit, brother. Man. Literally, God saved me in California this last time I was there. And I literally had nothing to do with anything at all, man. This dude was tripping, brother. This dude was tripping. He was off his rocker up in here, bro, and he almost shot me over it. And like, thought that I stole something that I had nothing to even do with. I was chilling with him the whole time. And then all of a sudden, he just switched up on me and pulled out his shit and was like, bro, you want to die? And then literally, he got intervened by. He, in the middle of the night too, got intervened by some old ladies who was like started to go over there and preach to him. And then I walked away. Like crazy shit, Joe. Born in the USA, no doubt. No doubt. Yeah, man. And yeah, man, I'm gonna smoke. I've only taken one hit this whole live stream. Yeah. And really, I didn't smoke like at all today, hardly. I took like 2 hits. So right now, out of the whole day, I've only taken 3 hits. Out of the whole day, and it's already 7:58 at night. So yeah, I'm doing good. And I just follow my path. I'm just on this path, and I owe it all to our infinite creator out there. Our one infinite creator, that some know as God. And through Jesus Christ. That is my path. And I just happen to know that the real. I decided to tip my phone over too, but I just happen to know a lot of very real information about all of that, and even about Jesus. Jesus was a 4th density being, which is the density we're about to enter into. Finally, we're about to enter into 4th density consciousness. It's going to give us Christ-like consciousness. We're going to be more like Jesus. And we're going to be able to communicate on a much different level using like telekinesis. And some people will even be levitating. Okay, this is all predicted, even like in the Bible and everything, and all these different prophecies. And that's really where the solar event comes from over 30 different ancient prophecies, all spoke about the same event. That's the one thing that all the prophecies that have been left for us share in common. They all share a message about a solar event that is going to happen. And that time is coming. We're like there. We're like there. Don't you feel the energy already coming? Don't you feel the change? I do. We're approaching. The time is here. The time is now. And this is known as the Great Awakening. So what we're about to go through is the Great Awakening. And people are already going to be started to be ready for it in 2026. 2026 is a huge year of awakening. And I'm just happy I've already been on this path for like almost 8 years now. Thank God. Thank God I've been on this same path for 8 years now. And this information has proved itself time and time again. These predictions, some of these predictions come from Archangel Michael. And David Wilcock has actually had contact with Archangel Michael. And it's some very, very, very good stuff. Along with the Law of One, which I always tell people about too. And I need to do my own more reading on that. Like, it's not so easy to understand, even being not of this world. It takes some time to read it because it's contact with a higher density being, and they talk a little different when they have to use words because they're used to not really having to use words anymore. So, yeah. I don't know, man. I got these different characters that I don't even know why or what. All I know is that they're just coming through me, and I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just rolling with whatever the time is. I don't know. So, because sometimes I just want to put on a good show for y'all, and at the same time share lots of information, and steer people towards the love and the light of and the universe. The love and the light is out there, and we're all made of love and light. So that's a very real teaching there. We're all made of love and light. The same way that we were put into this world, we will leave. And reincarnation is very real, so don't be afraid to die. Don't be afraid. Don't think that death is the end. Death is just the beginning. We live for ever. Okay, we just get reincarnated. And actually, so here's some teachings. So once you hit fourth density and every density above that, you need less and less sleep is one of the things too. So you need less and less sleep the higher up in density you get. But also, you live longer. So that's why in the Bible they spoke about people being hundreds and like all kinds of years old, right? That's why though. They were higher density beings, okay? They're just ourselves, and in another timeline. We all exist in all these different consciousness levels at the same time. So it's very kind of confusing for a lot of people. But our higher self is just our self that has already been reunited with the one infinite creator. And that is what our higher self guidance is. It's our self that's already been reunited with the one infinite creator, which can happen based on your own path, but it can happen around like fifth or sixth or seventh density of consciousness. Not maybe fifth. It's really all depends on you. There really is no law to that. It really depends on your own growth, So yeah, it's very good stuff. Sleep deprivation, no, you're tripping. You're tripping. All the way tripping. Reading is fundamental. Irish mixed with SEO and SoCal accent. Yeah. That's what's up. Alright, I'm just reading what y'all saying real quick. Where's the bro? I don't know what the hell this person is even talking about. Praise God. And the world will not end soon, you crazy buffoon. Crazy buffoon, you. The world's not gonna end. The old world is gonna end, no? Yay! Oh, the old world is done for. This old form of control that we've been under, this financial system, we're the only stupid planet that still exists that is even dumb enough to allow them to control us over money. So, Y'all can think what you want, but y'all, we're just our density beings on this planet. We're the lowest density consciousness that humans can even exist in. So please be a little more humble with yourself, okay? Because this is just the beginning, yo. We're literally at the bottom of the density level for being a human. So if you keep fucking up, you might get reincarnated as a dog or something, okay? So be kind to others. Don't judge. Don't judge. Judgment. The only person who can truly judge yourself is you and God. Your connection with God. God will teach you things that you need to work on, and that's real. That's a self-reflection between you and God, and that's the only one that can judge. So yeah, it's ourself. We got to work on it. We are our own saviors. Okay, we're not gonna be saved on some man. We are the ones that we have been waiting on. That's what's so exciting about all this. Okay, is we are the ones that we have been waiting on. There is no others out there that we're waiting on, okay? We're waiting on us. As soon as we say we've had enough, then life will change so drastically that y'all won't even recognize it no more. And I still haven't even taken my hit. And August 20th, 1943. My last journey before this one. I hope it's my last and find my way. It will not be your last, unfortunately for you. It will not. Reincarnation is very real, so the only reason that you would wish such a thing is because you are not connected with our one infinite creator. So I pray for you, humbly, I pray for you that you find the connection that you are looking for. Because that is truly what you are missing. If you feel like you are missing something and you don't want to live anymore, it's just because you have not got to that real connection that you've been looking for. And that I pray that I can help you find. Look in my playlist section and it will help you find it. I promise. I literally promise. This has saved my life. This has made me put the gun down. In a real life situation, okay? Where I had armor-piercing rounds ready to go. 57 of them ready to go. 3 magazines of 19s. So, yeah. Bro. The light came into my head and made me put it down. I was in a bad situation in my life. A very bad one. And I was about to blast my way out of it. On some real shit. I had a laser sight on my shit and everything, okay? I'm very tactical. My family comes from the military. I would have wasted these fools, okay? But thank God the light came in and saved me. I literally seen the light with my single eye. And it made me remember why I'm here. And I put it down. Sheesh, real shit, man. Yeah, I do got some ninja skills, yo. I'm not sure what's up with Joker. Well, I do know what's up with Joker. He's Joker. Come on, Joker's not hard to figure out. But hopefully Joker's on the right path. And not just being a troll. I'm gonna go over here now. Okay. Okay, that was out the nose, yeah. I just had to get well, you know. This pineapple is good. It's tasty. I was hungry for some pineapple. It just happened to come up in smoke. I don't know what happened. All right, I'm feeling good for the y'all now. ET phone home. ET phone home. Where's my family out there? Is my family out there? Smoke weed every day. Absolutely. I don't need as much as I need any, you know. I used to need a whole lot more just to even be here. Oh man, I needed weed after weed after. Man, give me that shit too. Like, man, I used to smoke so much weed, and now, like I said, on average, maybe a gram at the most, usually on average. Like, I can usually make a eighth of weed last me 3-4 days. So that's pretty good. Here where I'm at, I can get an eighth of weed for like. Well, tonight I paid $18, but yeah, it's worth it. I got some a little bit better than got some decent. So, well, actually, I got 3 different kinds. I just got 3 different grams, and then I got a. Hey, I forgot about that. Yo, and I can show this too because it's not. I can show this. It's just a container. So I can show my Maui alien. Hold on, let me get it to. How can you see it? You can't see it, but that's Maui alien. Oh, you cannot see it. But that says Maui alien. But they don't like to be called that. They're not aliens. They're higher density beings. So, they got feelings too. Now it's time for the cigarette, okay? Oh, it just happens to smoke a whole lot. It's just a cigarette, though. Oof, it's not. You're not supposed to hold in cigarettes like that, though. Don't do what I'm doing. Okay, it's bad for your health. Don't hold in cigarettes like that. A cigarette just happens to be called Maui Alien. $14 a day. Dang, oh yeah, man. I used to smoke way more than that, but man, I don't hardly smoke. Tonight's like a special occasion. I'm getting ready for New Year's. So today I might end up smoking like 2 grams today. That's a lot for me. That's like on the top. Typically I smoke like half a gram or more. So that ain't nothing, you know what I mean? I've literally smoked man, I smoked a whole 8 or 7 grams in one sitting back in the day, I mean, shit. That's on some real, you know what I mean? So yeah, real recognize real. You know what I'm saying? And that's all that matters is as long as us real ones recognize us real ones, you know what I'm saying? As far as I'm concerned, that's what matters. We don't need the negative beings out there. That's we're too wise for the old attacks. We know what's real. I'm not flexing nothing. Yeah, I didn't take off my shirt. I did not take off my jacket. I do have something to flex though, homie. But I'm not trying to be on that wavelength. I'm trying to be on this peace and love and happiness. Oh, am I a Bob Marley? Oh, am I a modern day Bob Marley that just doesn't make music? I would have made music, but my head got split open. I seen my skull. So, man, I can't really make music like that. My head got them whacked. That's why my hair's fucked up, okay? Because my head got split wide open and I got a bad scar. And I seen my skull. And I did not go to the hospital because it was on some G shit, okay? And I got the weapon they jumped me with, okay? There was 5 Norteños tried to jump me with my blue flag on. And I snatched that weapon from them motherfuckers and they motherfucking ran on some real shit. So, although I'm not able to really make music because of it, because my head got injured, okay? But otherwise I'd be Bob Marley. So, yeah, but that's some real shit, man. Man, Billings, Montana is a tough place, brother. That's not the first time I got jumped in Billings, because I'll be real with y'all. I was a player back in the day. I had all kinds of females around me. All kinds. And I used to roll around in my Ford Explorer with it full of girls. Okay? I had one of my girlfriends was a freak, yo. She was a freak, yo. And she would bring all of her friends. And then all of a sudden I would have some of my friends and her friends, and it would be an Explorer full of chicks, okay? So I know where I come from. I have been jumped because of that, okay? And before I could even put my shit in park, they jumped out and was beating dude's ass, bro. Billings, Montana is lit. But eventually you got to grow up and move on or become a statistic of some sort. And I didn't want to be a statistic anymore. I did my 5 years of felony probation, yo. That was enough for me. After 5 years of felony probation in Montana, yo, like, at that point in time, you're gonna learn by then whether you want to keep being the same fuck up or you want to grow the fuck up. And that's just coming from a real man. I done did shit from a young age. And I'm thankful to be on this path. So that's why I'm able to reach different people, because I come from that background. And trust that I still kind of, I mean, I'm not no bitch, okay? I'm gonna always take care of my own, always. And no matter how many times they take stuff away, I'm always gonna get another one. You know what I'm talking about. Us real patriots out there will always defend our 2A rights. Always. That is our Second Amendment. And our First Amendment is freedom of speech. And I will never give that up neither. So they can do all the attacks they want on me. They better just chill. But man, everybody says that, man, and I don't think I have any Mexican in me, man. I don't. I really don't. Everyone thinks I do, but I don't know what they get it confused with. But I really don't think. I don't even have enough native in me to even claim that I'm native. So, yeah, no, I primarily take after my dad's side. And yeah, that was like, yeah, you know, I'm a mix. I'm a mix, yo. And two, I'm not of this world. So there's that layer of it too. Yeah, I have been born here and here and here, but my soul does not come from this planet. So I don't know my true origins. But it is what it is. You know, this vehicle is just, this body is a vehicle. That's all it is. This body is just a vehicle. When it goes under the ground, that does not mean we're dead. our spirit then goes somewhere else. And sometimes it stays around wherever we died. Sometimes it stays there. And sometimes it haunts the people around there. And sometimes it does all kinds of crazy things, okay? And a lot of that is based on our karma. Our karma is very real. And if you have some bad karma, you could go through a rather bad time in the reincarnation process with your soul. So, yeah, this is very good teachings, my friend. Very good. I don't want to keep going into to do too much detail all at once because, I mean, that's how they start really messing with you then. And I'm kind of tired of being messed with right now. I was trying to just chill tonight. I wasn't trying to go too deep tonight. I'm still. I haven't gone too deep tonight. I've just, yeah, not at all. I've only just brushed the surface. This information, there's a lot of really good stuff out there. And that Maui alien is so good that I can only take 2. And then like that's the same one that I got earlier today. And I keep putting it out. It is so good. I went into the grocery store today to buy groceries. It was too much. It was too much. Plus, it was getting late in the day, and I was like, man, I want to go park for the night. Like, I don't want to be stuck up in the grocery store forever, figuring out all these different things I want. I'm just going to get out of here. I got what I need for tonight. So, I can do groceries tomorrow, but man, this Maui alien was too much in there. It was one of those. You know, certain ones is just fine to go inside, just fine. And then other ones is like, uh-oh. Man, I'm just happy to be here, y'all, and having a good connection. And I'm at the ocean, so I'm just like peak level enjoying life, man. This ocean life is amazing. You know, I got mountains right here. There's ocean and mountains, man. Amazing. Amazing. I just got here for Christmas, so I spent the whole summer out here because I already know I love the ocean. So man, I love the ocean, man. Where's my ocean people at, man? Does anybody love the ocean? Man, night is for the coast. I am inside my home. My home just happens to move to where I want it to. I'm like a real. I gotta be careful what I say, okay? I'm a real starseed, okay? I have my little spaceship right here, and I can take it where I want. So, there's that. The only thing this thing is missing is some wings and a jetpack. But it doesn't even need wings at that point. We just need to get some anti-gravity devices up in here. I know the person to contact for that. He has all the patents for all of that, okay? And he's planning on making those soon. Soon. Those are coming out for the public soon. We will be able to experience our own. I don't like to call them UFOs because the truth is they are much older than us. So who are we to say they are the aliens when we are the ones that are younger? So, yeah. That's on the real. The Caribbean Sea is the best. And alright, I like living on an island. Big country is not my lifestyle. Yeah, I would love an island too, yo. I would super love being on an island. Man. As long as there wasn't too many people, you know? Because, yeah, I don't like being around a whole lot of people, so. I mean, I used to, but this part of my spiritual journey has led me to not really want to be around a whole lot of people. Like, I like being around some, but, when you get around the wrong people's energy, I don't like it. So I like to be in a more controlled atmosphere. Like, oh, somebody's gonna do something crazy. Oh, well, at least they didn't almost wreck like these other people did over here, man. They tried to show off and they almost wrecked. Fools. Love from my white brothers. What's good? What's good, yo? And what is your thing? DC construction? What's up with that, yo? You do construction? That's cool. I've done roofing and all kinds of stuff. Sometimes I've hit weed on the beach. Thank you, Donald Trump, for hunting drug dealers. What the fuck? That's funny. That's funny. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm glad about that. There's some crazy stuff going on with all that. I try not to get involved with politics too much because it's really just a bunch of puppetry. They're just they're not really they're not on no cosmic level. So I'm more focused on cosmic level stuff. So that's where my real expertise is and everything. Like, I know all about different kinds of civilizations out there and how they build versus how we build and all kinds of stuff. Because they build underground. They can have whole cities underground that look just like our shit up here. Like, they're so much more advanced. It's hard for people to understand, but they don't want to have to deal with all the natural disasters and the solar event that happens every almost 26,000 years. And, they've been through this before time and time again. So they're just smarter. And that's why we have a hard time finding them. We can fly, and we can take pictures right there. And they're there, but they're just not on the surface. So, truth about how that they are hidden from us, okay? They know they build different than we do. So, especially after what happened on Mars. So, yeah, there was a civilization on Mars, and that's who controls us. Because they crash landed here and took advantage of our lower density consciousness level, since they were already on a higher level of consciousness. And that's literally what formed the Illuminati. Fucking, I don't like that stuff, man. We got to take it down. And their day is coming. It's already been unfolding. Their time of ruling us on this planet is coming to an end soon. And I'm going to keep talking about it and getting more people to want to help make it end sooner. It's up to us, you see? And more and more people, man, 2026, we're going to do it. I already know, man, 2026, all their plans for AI doing this and that and that and that. No, we the people got to stand together and say no. That's all we have to do. Game over. It's in our amendment rights here in America, and that will spark other countries to do the same. And we've got to stand up against this corruption. It's on a real level. So I'm just doing everything that I can. I have a Discord. My link is in the description. So yeah, pretty much, yo. I mean, and there's others too. There's there's over 1 million people like me on this planet right now, and probably much more than 1 million by now. Because the truth is, reincarnated souls, more and more and more, are being born here right now from other places. So yeah, there's people actually, because of this event coming so soon, there's children being born right now that are already having some of the abilities that people are going to have in fourth density. So, and this is a very real good stuff. Good stuff. Man, when we learn to take back control of our co-creative abilities, they have used our own co-creative abilities against ourselves for far too long to keep us enslaved, holding this money system and these material things above our head when none of that matters. And they know. Them at the top of that pyramid, they know. They know that knowledge is real wealth. They know it. They know it, and that's why they try to bury it. That's why they put out so much disinformation out there. That's why disinformation travels way faster than the truth. But the truth will prevail. So I'm not even worried about it. I'm just, at the same time, not sitting back and doing nothing about it, because then I'm just abandoning my mission. So, and I've done that before, and it's not good. And our one infinite creator, once you're aware of your mission and you try to forsaken it, man, you're gonna be reminded time and time again to get back to your mission. Something is gonna happen that's trying to get you back to your mission. So that's why I gotta let this job thing go, and by the grace of God, survive. So that's what I'm doing now. And if anybody out there can help me at all, man, it would be very, very much appreciated. Any little tiny bit of anything would be so amazing. So if anybody is able to do anything at all, my links are now in the description on my channel and in the description of the video. But if you go to my channel, the actual links are there, and my link for Discord is now on there. So I have 4 links on there for my Discord, my Cashapp, Venmo, and PayPal. I have all that set up on my account now. So yeah, hopefully I can connect with some cool people. I love Discord. Discord is so, that's how me and my homie talk from West Coast to Denmark about a lot of this information, especially about, I'm not going to say anymore, but, we're able to talk all the way, a long ways away, okay? Then the Denmark to here. Yeah, so anyways, very real stuff. We tried to talk about this stuff on other platforms, and it didn't work for that from Denmark to here. So Discord is amazing if y'all don't know about Discord. So, and that was originally brought to us by Anonymous. who knows? They're all watching and everything, anyways, and everything. And who? I don't care. They can. I guess they're having a good show. Yeah. Because I'm not worried about it anymore. They've already caused me to try to steer away from my mission, and I can't do it. I can't abandon, because it's really abandoning myself and others. So yeah, man, I just that's why I'm at the ocean, just getting a better connection. I'm already feeling it, like just being out here with nature. Right now, currently, I'm in like a little, like a kind of a smaller town. But earlier today and yesterday and everything, I was out at the beach, like not in town, just out there. Kind of had shady cell phone service. It kind of worked, but I don't know. My live streams were not really working out there too well. They were cutting off my audio. I don't know what happened. I don't know. My phone was showing that I had okay service, but on one of my videos, only the last few minutes of the whole video had any audio at all. And I'm like, bro, this live stream, man, crazy. So I'm very thankful when I see comments and likes and everything. That all helps very much. And especially when I'm just starting a live stream, because, it doesn't always tell me how many, the people counter and the likes and all that stuff. On my end, it doesn't always, and probably on your end especially too, doesn't come through correctly. That's part of shadow banning a channel like mine that has a lot of information on it. Okay, you can look at my playlist section one time and that's all. Look at my playlist section, yo. It's some very good stuff in there. Very good stuff. And one of the things on there is some stuff that I had learned back in 2013 from a messenger, like a for real messenger. A messenger who was getting jumped. It was there was a religious group of people that were like holding a sign and doing yelling and stuff, and then this messenger ended up getting into it with them, and then they ended up trying to jump him, and then I ended up stepping in and I pulled something out because there was a whole bunch of them and they all took off. And yeah, but yeah, I got to do some God's work already by the time I was 19 years old, like making sure this guy did not get hurt by this mob of people. Like